Today we're going to be exploring Nakano. Nakano is an amazing place to explore because it is actually a little bit of an octogenarian paradise filled with cheap clothing shops as well as really cheap, delicious food. But the interesting thing is it's not only elderly people here. It's a really great mix of elderly people and young people because of the abundance of otaku culture in this area. So I'm really excited to see what kind of otaku finds we can discover here and also what kind of amazing eats they have. We're going to be exploring today this shotengai, which is a shopping arcade. This one is perfect because it's a covered shopping arcade. It's called Sun Mall, and the next one that we're going to be exploring is called Nakano Broadway. These are excellent because, especially today, it's a little bit drizzly. So let's see what kind of adorable mom and pop shops we can find inside. I've just found my first stop. It's right in front of Nakano Station, and they're selling something called Imagawayaki, which is a little bit like a dorayaki, which is like two Japanese style pancakes with azuki red bean paste on the inside. This is a little bit of a different version that originates in Tokyo in the Kanda area. And the classic ones are filled with red bean paste, similar to the traditional dorayaki. We can also get white bean paste, but modern versions have a lot of variety of fillings. Like you can get custard filling, cream cheese. This one has red bean and mochi, like rice cake. Red bean with cheese? That sounds really interesting, I might get that. And you can even get sausage and mayo, a little savory, and sweet potato. All right, so I've just got my Imagawayaki. One of them is the sweet potato, and I got another one which is cheese and red bean paste. This one is it's the sweet potato, and there's a little sweet potato on it. That's so cute. That is adorable, and these are really nice and hot. These would be so good on a cold day. Let's try the sweet potato. Itadakimasu. That's really delicious. It's very mildly sweet. There's a lot of sweet potato flavor. So this is the cream cheese and red bean paste. This is an interesting combination. Ooh, look at that. I really like this one. The cream cheese is not very sweet at all. Gives it a really nice creaminess, but it balances the sweetness of the red bean paste. So it's not overpowering as well. That's a really good blend of flavors if you don't like anything that's too sweet. Totally recommend this. Ooh, this looks really interesting. It is Karepan, which is curry bread. It's like a deep fried curry bread. They look really freshly fried and crispy on the outside. I think I have to try this. Arigatou gozaimasu. Yay! I just got my curry bread. Let's see how that looks. Oh my goodness. That looks so crispy and delicious. Ooh, fried to perfection. So doughy, and the outside is just perfectly crisp. Oh, that's just so amazing. The delicious blend of the doughiness and the mildly spicy but very, very mild curry on the inside with the cheese. Doesn't that look so good? This place looks really cool too. It looks very old and rustic. It feels like it's been here for a while, and they seem to have traditional Japanese food like onigiri, rice balls, and lunch boxes, as well as some Japanese desserts. Oshiruko, which is an amazing dessert for the winter time. It's kind of a hot red bean soup with mochi on the inside, grilled mochi. It's amazing in the winter. And they've got Kuzumochi, which actually I may have never tried before. I've heard of it, But Kuzumochi is not something that I've really eaten much before, so I might try that today. So this is our little Kuzumochi to-go package. When you're in the restaurant, it'll come all made for you, but when you're on the go, you don't want to mix everything together yet. So we've got our black sugar sauce, very sweet, our kinako powder, which is our roasted soybean powder, and on the bottom, we've got our mochi, the little cut triangles of jiggly mochi. Ooh, so we're gonna basically pour all of that on there. Ooh, that looks tantalizing. So here's our kinako powder. I'm gonna sprinkle some of that on top. It's got this delicious nutty, roasted nutty flavor. And now it looks kind of caramelly, all mixed up with the sauce, the black sugar and the kinako. Caramelly and delicious. Let's give it a try. Mmm. Mmm. I'm not gonna lie, that is incredibly sweet, but I love it. It tastes nutty, maybe a little caramelly in consistency. It's very thick and gooey in your mouth. Ooh, but I can't get enough of this nutty flavor of the kinako. These are some of the cheap clothing shops I was talking about earlier. If you ever need some really, really cheap shoes, Nakano Broadway or Sun Mall are the place to come. All right, so I thought I would try some tsukemen today because this is actually where tsukemen was born, right here in Nakano. So you'll be able to find a lot of tsukemen restaurants here. And what tsukemen is it's actually right over here. It's basically ramen style noodles, a little bit thicker cut, and you just dip it into the sauce rather than eat it in the soup already. So you just take a little bit and dip, and that's what tsuke means. It means to tsukeru, to put it in there. All right, I am now in a park very close to Nakano Station, only about an 8-minute walk. And I am unpacking my little to-go tsukemen. We've got our bowl of soup. This will be our dipping sauce for the noodles. Oh, we've got chopsticks and a piece of nori, a dried sweet seaweed. And finally, we have our noodles. This is our wonderful kind of Chinese style soba with a soft-boiled egg, ajitama. So now we're gonna put it into our soup. Let's tsukemen. Gonna mix it up really well in that soup. Still nice and warm. We have a little bit of chashu, braised pork belly in there. That looks really good. Our nori, our seaweed, and a few little green onions. Let's give this a try. This is a tori tsukemen, so the soup is chicken broth based. Itadakimasu. Mmm. Mmm. Oh, that's really nice. The soup is, it's not too heavy. Sometimes with tsukemen, they can be like really, really thick and really salty, just because you're not gonna be eating all of the soup and you're just dipping it as a sauce. But this is very light. It tastes a little bit like chicken noodle soup, actually. It has a hint of that chicken noodle soup broth flavor. Mmm. Oh, the soup is so good. It's really creamy and fatty and delicious. And the noodles are really chewy and mochi-mochi, as we call them in Japanese, my favorite kind. The egg, let's give that a try. Here we go. Mmm. Perfection. The yolk is just slightly runny on the inside. Lots of umami from the soy sauce. This is amazing. This is perfect for a takeaway lunch. If you ever need a quick lunch in Nakano, tsukemen is totally the way to go. You can eat it in a park, enjoy a little bit of social distancing in this time. Anyway, I'm gonna finish eating this and I'll see you guys back at Nakano Broadway. There's like clouds and light coming down. It feels really nice. It's an interesting atmosphere. Little mix of indoor, outdoor. And a lot of mandarake. So mandarake is our otaku hub filled with manga, used manga, and all kinds of otaku cultural paraphernalia. And Pokemon collectible toys. Oh, these bring me back. I used to have one of these. I bought it in Japan when I was a kid, actually. That's so cute. So I'm on the 4th floor now, and I have just found an entrance to one of the mandarake shops, and it looks like a shrine. They have like red archways called tori, which typically lead up to a shrine. So I guess it's kind of like the otaku shrine in Japan. I feel like we're floating in space, or in a submarine. These look really kind of familiar, nostalgic. This is a very old cake shop in Japan, actually. It's called Fujiya. And I just found that they have an adorable cake called One Shotokeki, which is a little dog. Look at his little tongue, it's a strawberry. I love that. Japan has probably some of the cutest cakes. It's very different from Western style cakes, mostly cream based, not very, very sweet icing, but really delicious. And Fujiya is famous for this mascot. This is Peko-chan. And normally she has her mouth out like this, her tongue, but she's wearing a mask because that's what we all need to do right now. So we're mask friends. All right, so now we are in the basement of Nakano Broadway. This is called a depachika, or the basement of a department store. And you can see we have a lot of different shops here. Mainly food shops are quite common in depachika. And to our left we have more food. We can find some udon, soba, ice cream crepes. And the main event is right over here. Yes, this is what I came to look for. This is a really famous shop here in Nakano Broadway. I think everybody will come here for sure when they come here. Basically, these are all of the different flavors, and the king of the show is all of the flavors in one soft cream. This is called the tokudai, small, medium, especially large. And I believe it has all 8 flavors included. I think we're gonna have to get that today because, I mean, this is a special day. We definitely need to treat ourselves all the flavors. Hi! Arigatou gozaimasu! Wow! Look at that! How tall is that? That's longer than my hand. Maybe bigger than my head. That looks incredible. So refreshing on a warm day like today. It's a little humid out. This is probably gonna melt so fast. And let's try the next flavor. I got a bit of 2 flavors in that one. I think that's coffee. Cafe au lait. The next one is definitely ramune. It's the Japanese soda. I'm sorry, that is coffee. This is karinto. It tastes like brown sugar. That's what it tastes like. So it's kind of a sugar flavor. This is a coffee flavor. Vanilla and chocolate. The vanilla is a really nice milky taste. The probiotic chocolate is super rich, kind of like Belgian chocolate. And the last one is delicious matcha. Little taste, a little hint of bitterness. But Alright, so this has been my day here in Nakano. It has been a lot of fun exploring all of the nooks and crannies in the shotengai, or the shopping arcades. There have been a lot of great finds at the mom and pop shops here. Lots of shops with a lot of history, and the shop owners were all very friendly to talk to. Here in the Nakano Broadway shopping center, if you go up the floors, you can find a lot of amazing pop culture like Otaku culture, as well as little figurines, manga shops, game centers. There's a lot of fun to be had here. So if you guys ever are looking for a new place to explore next time you're in Tokyo, I definitely recommend Nakano. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. See you guys next time.